Okay, I see that I have a microphone going. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here, good morning. Good morning. This is this is very exciting. I actually have my camera facing like it's lower down, and my computer's off to the side, which means to check my monitor, I might be going like that every now and then to make sure I don't have, I don't know, tea on my face or something. I'm using a different microphone than I sometimes do. So this is all a new experience today. And you're going to be able to see a little bit more of my desk. So there are still things you can't see on it, but I do need to clean it. Glad you could join me. And today I thought we'd talk about books, and specifically, I just bought a new book I'm excited about but haven't really read yet. Well, this I know that this is not a book, but a magazine. Although magazines lately have been looking more like books, and they're more expensive like books, but they have fewer ads, which is kind of nice. I don't mind paying for, you know, a beautiful book just because it's paperback. This one does have ads, but not very many. It's pretty spare on the ads, so that's exciting. This is the book I ordered. Inspirational Interiors. And the way I found this one is I've been following Nicolas Fairford, and he's inspiring to me because he has lots of videos on tea, and which is what I want to be doing more of. I made one last week. I still have yet to edit all the things that I did for it, and I'm excited to share that with you. But for now, in our tea and tell videos in the morning, we can have a little chat about other things while I get busy making those videos. So this is he recommended this one. This one was published in 1997, which was quite a long time ago. In book standards, especially ones that are so, especially for design ones. Yeah, 1997, and then it came out again in 2018. So, and Valentino did the introduction, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of the things in here. What Nicholas recommended this book because it's not just about most of these coffee table books. They will just kind of, I don't know. I've never actually sat down and read a coffee table book. So often the coffee table books they don't say much. This one is actually quite instructional. And so it goes through and it breaks down kind of chairs. This says a good chair should look as if it could spring at you or take you in its arm. It take you in its arms. That's cool. I don't know who said that or if that's I like that one. And then he kind of does some illustrations on the side, which I love. It reminds me of this reminds me of like, one of my interior design classes in college, which I loved. I loved interior design. When I was a student, I did interior design, graphic, photography, and computer animation. And then there was one more. Oh, I studied illustration as well. But I did not end up doing much with illustration. So the ones that really were compelling to me were interior design and photography, which I've used quite a bit in my career. And I've also used graphic design quite a bit, so much throughout my life. So even though sometimes I tell the kids, don't worry, nobody uses their degree, I use my degree all the time. And anyway, so this one's called Inspirational interiors. Oh, I should have been saying they because it's two authors, Colfax and Fowler, and it's classic English interiors. And like I was saying yesterday, I think I was explaining how, I just mentioned how my style for interiors is definitely more traditional and modern, like somewhere in there. I mean, I'm pretty happy in a Pottery Barn store. So, if that gives you any indication as to what my style is. Uh I love actually I think Pottery Barn, say what you will about, you know, furniture. I've heard people criticize their furniture and saying it's overpriced, and but I do really love their linens and their sheets and towels and everything and their blankets. I mean, they do a great job with all the f- the furnishings and the all the textures that surround an interior. I really enjoy what they have there. Okay. Then I thought I would share this new old house. This is one of my favorites. This magazine. This is new. I just got it. Oh, winter 2025. So if you see it and you want it, you better hurry out to the store because it's probably gonna leave the shelves pretty soon. They'll probably be replacing it with the spring edition. But yeah, this is new old house. That about sums up my style and what kind of house I would like to live in. I would like everything to look old, but actually be new and functioning really well and made really well. So sometimes new houses aren't made as well as the old houses, but often old houses can be so old and rickety that in order to make them livable, you have to completely redo them, which I also like too. This old house is my favorite, like probably my all-time favorite television show. I haven't watched it in a long time, but all-time favorite meaning it's been playing since I was a kid and I'll still watch it today and be very, very happy while I do it. So, those wanted to talk about those today. Let's see, how long have I been talking? Not long. All right. I suppose that's okay. All right. So, let's talk about. Oh, I didn't say what tea I was drinking. I'm drinking Barry's tea. And what I've been thinking about for the channel has been it's been a roller coaster this week. All at the beginning of the week, I thought, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel because I'm not sure if I even like what I'm talking about in the mornings. And then on Tuesday, I had this brilliant idea. I said, we're going to get rid of I'm not going to read the cards anymore. We're just going to focus on, show and tell the things that I like that are related to lifestyle and this channel and multiple curiosities. And so I felt really good about that. And then, anyway, all week I've been trying to decide, do I separate my channels and put them in two different channels or what? And the short answer is I still am not completely clear, but I have been looking at some of the other channels out there that have been playing the long game, but they have more than one kind of show on their channel. And they just have a common thread. Usually it's food is a common thread. Like First We Feast, the common thread obviously is food, but they're the channel that has always done Hot Ones. So Hot Ones is not the only show that gets views on that channel. And Binging with Babish is a great one. And I'm guessing he used to just call it, I don't know what he used to call the channel, but now it's like the culinary world of Babish. So he has done different things, not just the same kind of show where he just does a kind of food, a food recipe that is somehow related to a movie or a television show. So that's kind of how he really got started and really found groove on YouTube. For this, I I do feel like I'm a little all over the place, but I'm going to keep going, and if I put stuff on another channel, I will let you know. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. The thing is, we were talking about niching down yesterday as somebody with multiple passions, and it's a little tricky because if you try to compartmentalize too many things, then you have too many compartments, and then it can spread yourself too thin. So I do really like the idea of having one place where I can do all the things that I like and have them in one container and have some kind of common thread between them. Like, tea is a great common thread. Like I was showing you in, where was that? I think it's down here. Hold on. Yeah, like one common thread. this is my this is my diagram of my brain or my interests. That's clean for what's going on in my head. So baking relates to tea, and then regenerative farming doesn't relate to tea, but it does relate to baking kind of, and it relates to food. And then home design relates to just lifestyle. So overall, I think the common thread will just be lifestyle here, and lifestyle, creativity, all the things. So if you come along for the ride, thank you so much. And I appreciate you joining me for what I have to talk about. And okay, I think we'll call that a day for today. I think yesterday was fun to do it for a longer time because I had a great subject to talk about. So tomorrow or one of these days, what I want to do is find my I I would really like to share my journey for writing and getting a cookbook published. So that one might be a fun one to talk about tomorrow or maybe the next day. I do have to track down. I had my proposal for a cookbook. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. Coming up soon, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or later in the week, I will be talking about my cookbook and how it got published and all of that. And I will show you the whole process and go behind the scenes on that. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. I think we'll do weekends at like somewhere between 8:30 and 9 so that I can sleep in a little bit, and so can you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.